Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the GOWEN Racing Podcast here on the channel. Coming off freshly from the Martinsville weekend in the Cup Series, as well as the Xfinity Series. And I can't remember if there was a truck race or not, to be completely honest with you. There was not? Okay, perfect. And then we are recording just after the iRacing Coca-Cola Series race, so we'll touch on that here in just a few moments. Really nothing to really cover on that one. But then we also had a fight this weekend we're going to cover. And just, a lot of Martinsville stuff to really go over this week with Daniel Suarez and William Byron. And then we had a big crash. We had some Ryan Blaney chokes again. So it's going to be a fun one to do this week. But as usual, I am joined by JayCook,
Ayo.
Matt O'Brien,
Hello.
as well as Eddie Skierer, the Shearer.
So, dudes.
Anyone got any news? Eddie, did you sign any more sponsorship thingies while you were gone?
Well, right now I'm in negotiations with one. And
Who?
it's gonna be probably the biggest one I've done so far.
Who?
Logitech.
Logitech.
Wait a second. You have Razer and Logitech?
And it was up.
That's gonna go well.
Not yet.
I
Well,
I don't think that's
no,
gonna work.
Hold on. No, Logitech being for microphones and headsets, because they have Astro, which is the headset I use currently, and the microphones I use currently, and also I use the webcam from Logitech. And Razer is gonna be mainly keyboards, mouses, all that, etc.
So it's
Huh.
fair, but okay. A little weird.
I got hooked up with Athlane in the last week.
Oh, plus I'm still waiting on Wrangler.
Wrangler.
Wrangler jeans.
Is that what you're gonna? Do you get like a free shipment of jeans?
No, I get a coupon code.
Oh. Yeah, I got hooked up with Athlane over the last week. It was cool. Had a nice meeting, and I sent out 2 applications. One to Gamer Advantage. I'm wearing their glasses right now, by the way.
I also sent one out, but I didn't get accepted.
I haven't gotten anything yet back from them. And then there's this one called advanced.gg I sent an application to as well.
I think I heard of them too.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll go through. We'll have to wait and see. But now, Karma, Matt, last time we talked, you tested positive for a virus. How are you feeling since then?
No different.
All right, there you have it, everybody. Now moving on. Jay, did anything happen to you?
No.
You watched the
Not
Braves
really.
lose.
Yeah, watching
Yeah,
the
the purple-
Braves been terrible so far.
Here's a purple truck.
It is blue. Thank you very much.
Purple.
It is blue.
Purple.
Hashtag Team Blue.
Hashtag Jay's purple.
There you have it. We had some racing at Martinsville this week, and I guess we'll also go over a little bit of F1 tonight, just a little bit about the upcoming race at Imola. But actually, first we'll dive into the Nascar iRacing Coca-Cola Series event at Richmond Raceway, which is where the real world NASCAR goes to this weekend. But it was a lot of cautions here and there, but really nothing to talk about other than the fact that Vicente Salash, is that how I pronounce his name?
I think that's correct.
He led literally every single lap and won the race. And Garrett Maines, who we had on the podcast quite a while back, our first ever and so far only guest, finished second after running second pretty much the whole race. So that was pretty much all that really happened. Malik Gray had a rough night. Michael Conti, Jay, care to elaborate on that one?
I mean, he just didn't run good, and got involved in some incidents. Care to elaborate on Alfala? I mean,
he just didn't run good, but stayed out of the incidents for the most part. Other than
how's his season looking points wise?
I mean, he's climbing up there. Just give it a
What,
couple
the
more
30th?
weeks. Yeah, just give it a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
William Byron Esports bloggers.
Yeah, Ottinger had a bit of a rough night.
Yeah, don't remind me.
He ended a man's career.
Yeah.
That dude had a serious
NFO.
man had a serious beard.
That was pretty much all we had from the Coca-Cola race. There wasn't really much noteworthy things to talk
A
about.
lot of multi-groove racing.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. We saw Garrett try to work.
It
the
was
top a couple
cool, and
times.
then you realize no one could pass.
Yeah, that was the downside. They go to Kansas in 2 weeks' time. It was like April 27th or something like that.
That's some single groove shenanigans.
Yeah, doing an AS there. I know what that's gonna be like.
Ride the wall, baby.
But we'll move into the real world stuff now. Daniel Suarez, actually, speaking of iRacing, had let's talk about that real quick. I thought that was pretty interesting. Daniel Suarez, iRacing took a jab at him over the William Byron situation, and he threw a water bottle at Byron's car when he drove by after the big crash, and his car was on fire. And iRacing was like, "You should have thrown the water bottle at the car instead, or whatever." And then Daniel.
I wouldn't say they took a jab. They just made a meme or a joke.
Well, then
Yeah,
Daniel.
Daniel kinda did the
Well,
same thing
Suarez
back.
made a meme.
Yeah.
He ended up making a meme.
Daniel took a shot back saying, "Stick to video games. This is real racing."
iRacing was defending their man's William Byron.
And then it turned into a meme that I got involved on. Made my own Mario Kart meme on that one. I saw Jay did a NASCAR Unleashed one. That was a pretty good. I'm actually going to be doing a.
That NASCAR Unleashed if you want to talk about a joke game.
I'm going to be
Goodness.
recording a video on that tomorrow, probably.
Oh boy.
Oh joy.
Why?
Because why not, man? It's a great game. Well,
Why would you do that
I
to
think that was a
yourself?
great game.
I hated that game.
How do
Wait,
you
what game?
NASCAR Unleashed?
NASCAR Unleashed.
Oh, I played that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was pretty lit back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That was when I got the Xbox 360. I got that and Fallout 3. Those were the first two games I got. I was too scared to play Fallout 3 at the time, so I just played NASCAR Unleashed. And the game was so good. We don't ever see like anything like that nowadays. So honestly, would you guys want to see something like that in the future?
No.
What? Matt?
I personally didn't think it was a good game.
I thought it was a great game.
I
think-
support whatever you want to do.
It
was simple.
I mean, a kart racer would be
right.
fine. I
Yeah,
guess.
he's my friend.
but-
Gotta support my friends, yo. Bros for bros.
I'm not losing sleep over it. If it never happens, so I don't know.
Oh well, I mean, it was a nice
Indifferent.
2011 filler when we didn't have an actual NASCAR game. If you guys remember, because we didn't have one then. Yes, we did. We had NASCAR the
Technically
game
Forza.
2011.
Oh, and Forza at that time as well was the quote unquote NASCAR game.
There wasn't NASCAR in there, was there?
In one of the Forza
That's Gran
games, yeah, there
Turismo.
was.
That was Gran Turismo.
Or Turismo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but wasn't that just PlayStation?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so.
yeah. Gran Turismo's
Yeah, Turismo's only PlayStation.
How
but,
long till Xbox makes
I
them
had
convert?
a PlayStation at that time, so
Oh.
what?
that's why I remember
So
it.
how long until Xbox convinces them to convert?
I
it's
probably will
the-
never.
That's not how Gran Turismo works.
No, Xbox
Sony
can
company.
get anything, man. They'll buy the company.
Apparently, they got
You like
voted
to
the
buy
most
Sony
anticipated
to
They
buy
racing.
the
will.
company.
They will buy Sony.
They got voted the most anticipated racing game. There's a new one coming out.
Yeah, I'm not. I have zero.
Yeah, for some
interest
reason
in the new
that
one.
series has a lot of people that like it, and I don't
It's
see
good.
why.
Well, it kind of
Good.
fell
I've
off for a while.
I've played a few Gran Turismo
last
games,
one
and I've
sucked.
never liked them.
last
It
one
fell
sucked.
off for quite a while, but honestly, I heard a lot of good things about the most recent one. Like that one's GT Sport or whatever, right?
Yeah, but
Um,
I had
that-
so many issues when it first came out.
yeah, but that's
and
kind of
that
like the
was what's kinda
popularity of the
annoying.
game came back with that one. It feels like.
No, it did, but it's like the cars were like not doing, or not sounding like anything close to where they should. Like if you drove, what the hell was it? It was some certain car that everyone was bitching about. I think it was like a Dodge or something, and apparently it sounded like it freaking had like a Nissan engine in it. It was like awful. Like nobody liked it. Plus the physics weren't that great in the beginning, and then they fixed it apparently with all the bug fixes.
I like watching it though on Super GT's channel. He puts up pretty good races.
They do pretty good for the league racing too. Like they have like a big whole series. I forget what the hell the name of it is. They have like a big league for it. Like people like drive like the sports cars and stuff, and like big prize pools and everything. It's like the funnest thing ever.
They also have a cool paint booth system, don't they? I think they have like a full-on.
Yeah, full on
Yeah.
paint booth. Very full. You can do whatever the hell you
Now
want.
I
with
wonder if that one's is that one more in depth than Forza, or is it
In
kind
my
of the same?
opinion, just a tad bit.
Yeah, I've seen
I
some
think
cool
it's a
stuff.
little bit.
Reddit usually I've seen a few things, or Twitter or something. I
That
thought it was pretty
competitive
cool.
scene though carries it big time.
No, that is really big. I think I
Yeah.
remember seeing
It was like those
a
Euro cars or the Japanese guys. I forgot what it was.
there's
It was
this
like
one
really
big tournament with Jimmy Broadbent. They had him commentating, and there was like a photo finish, like for the championship, and it was just
I think
it
we're
was
talking
insane.
about the same thing.
We might be. I can't remember, but it was like
Yeah,
last year.
It was like 2
years, something
supercars,
like
and the
that.
one guy wrecked, and the other guy was like beating and banging with him.
Yeah, it was something like that.
It was lit.
I think they're really good too. Honestly, we need something. I guess we don't really have anything like that on the Xbox side.
Forza.
I mean,
Yeah,
technically
well,
Forza, but Forza's really arcadey.
Forza's
I mean,
Although I
Gran
think
Turismo
is as well.
Yeah,
Gran Turismo has more of the simulation feel though.
but I
in my
think
opinion.
Okay.
what Eddie mentioned was it's still it has way more of a competitive feel than Forza does.
So many people watch it. It's insane. Same thing with Formula 1. People watch the competitive scene over there. It's like,
Formula One's also the biggest motorsport in the world.
well, I know, but
they have
like,
good viewership no matter what.
we're talking about like a game wise though. Like if you're gonna watch a video game, or not Forza, Gran Turismo and Formula 1 are the two of the big juggernauts video games wise for streaming.
Racing
Like,
wise.
Racing wise, yes.
Yeah.
I remember watching one of the Forza Motorsport ones a few years ago. I forget what they called it, but they had like this big tournament every year, and I remember they're racing at the Nürburgring, like the Nordschleife configuration, and like everyone is just like doing the exact same movement, and then like you have to be so perfect, and everyone's just following each other in a line with like within, a couple car lengths, and like they're doing the exact same line because they're so precise. It was insane to watch. And then there's like a whole bunch of weather crap, and it just spiced it up. But it's honestly really cool to watch that stuff, and like I really wonder if we're gonna ever get to a point like that with like NASCAR, like the new game.
I see it
Not on
eventually
iRacing, but like NASCAR NXT or 21 or whatever it's called, whatever it's gonna be called. I mean, do you think we'll ever get there?
I genuinely see stuff like that happening.
If the game's good enough, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we keep getting like the Heat games and the quality they are now, it's never gonna happen. Because in a serious sense, like the games are not. The Heat series is not an easy game to take very seriously.
I agree, but I genuinely think that they were restricted by the engine they were using.
Yeah, no, I know,
and
I get it.
then-
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
So I'm gonna like just not take anything that happened with the first 5 games, and I'll see what happens with this next game, and then those will be my expectations moving
Well-
forward, because I think they were just really excuse me, really really restricted, and then also the whole developer change and stuff. I think really just left them dead in the water until they were able to find backing again and stuff.
Well, we'll see. I feel like they got it nailed this time, though.
I guess moving on
Yeah.
to the real life stuff.
Oh boy.
So I guess we'll dabble in the Xfinity. Actually, there was no truck race. That's right. Okay, I was gonna say I have no memory of a truck race, so it is Xfinity. So I didn't get to see the race, unfortunately, because I guess I got to see a tiny bit of it. Then it rained, and then it went on Sunday. I was at work, so I did not get to see it, but I saw Josh Berry won. which was really cool. I've seen his story in the past from iRacing, and just knowing that he's a big short track guy for Dale Jr.'s late model team, and he like runs that whole team pretty much, and has been really good in that stuff and won a lot. So, but I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you guys watch the race, so anyone can give me the rundown. I mean, I saw what happened with the Graf and Galding incident. I'll give my opinion on that when we get to that. But what else happened in the race? Any of you know?
It was nothing too big happened other than some Pontorinos and stuff, but I mean, it was just a Martinsville race, you know. It was
Yeah.
good.
I mean, Josh Berry practically dominated the thing. Once it
He
got restarted,
dominated.
he practically never lost the lead.
Yeah. There was that moment Ty Gibbs took the lead, but yeah.
I actually didn't see what took place though between Joe Graf and Greg Galding. I know that it was. I think it was posted somewhere on Twitter what happened, but I never
Dumped
actually
him.
saw it myself.
He just straight up dumped
Yeah.
him. Yeah, I mean, from what I saw, anyways, Golding just dumped him, and actually after the race, he was on Sirius XM, pretty much bragging about it, which I thought was very, in my opinion, about like seeing how it went down and how he reacted. I thought was really immature from a driver I don't really like, anyways. From seeing what he's done in the past and like K&N and whatnot. So I thought it was really unprofessional and immature to see what he was saying after the race. But I mean, the fight was cool. I mean, I don't know if I'd call it much of a fight, but I always like when there's a fight that gets going after the race. But I mean, we didn't get a sight of how it started, but like the kind of cut to them both like wrestling on the ground and stuff. But I mean, I'm going to assume Joe Graf went over and confronted him or something, and that's how it kicked off. But did you guys see Mike Harmon was like right there in there?
Yeah, he was just kind of standing there like I don't know if he was necessarily egging it on, but he was just kind of watching and and like saying something to I think it was Graf or no maybe it was Galding. I can't remember who it
Galding.
was, but
I think he was like congratulating Golding or something. I couldn't tell. But I don't know. I mean, it wasn't much of a fight, so but it was cool. Anytime the drivers get physical, it's a good sight to see. So I mean, I don't know. What did anyone have an opinion on that whole incident? I mean, Matt.
I like fights.
There we go. Kevin Harvick right there. 2012
Something.
Phoenix.
I like fights.
Yeah,
We should have more
fights.
fights.
Yeah. Eddie, you seem like the type that would like a fight.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know. You're just aggressive.
Hey man, listen. I mean, I didn't really watch most of the Xfinity race, but I mean, I heard about the fight, and I think it was pretty interesting.
Jay,
what?
what thoughts on the incident in the fight? You know, throwing hands. Well, I don't know if they were throwing any hands. They were just rolling around.
Yeah, they just kind of fell to the ground, rolled around for a second, and then got pulled away from each other. I mean, it's. I'll agree with what you said. It's always entertaining to see drivers go at each other. But I would like to see like an actual good scrappy fight again. Like some drivers actually get some punches in before they're dragged apart from each other. We haven't seen that I feel like in a couple years.
I just want to see a fight in the Cup Series again.
Yeah,
Just
that
pissed
too.
off Kyle Busch enough.
Yeah, I think the last one we had was Logano and Hamlin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then that's the last one I can think of. So it had to have been that. That's what the playoffs are good for. It causes some drama.
Oh yeah.
Big time.
But now I guess moving on to the Cup Series at Martinsville. 500 laps. We started Saturday night. I think they did 46 or something like that.
It was in the 40s.
And then it rained. So then we got back going on Sunday.
Well, stop. This because this is gonna be a story we're gonna talk about for sure. The caution that Saturday night was Cody Ware killing James Davis.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cody Ware. It
Cody
looked
Ware.
very similar to the Alfredo incident where Ware took him out. Like he just stopped turning and just took him out. and then Davison went off on the radio.
Oh, we're not gonna discuss what was said.
Personally, I do not approve of what he said. He didn't say anything awful, but just in my opinion, what he
Immediately
said
funny.
was
Let's just
it was
say
something.
he thinks that Cody wears a silver spoon.
Yeah, I guess can kind of fall under that.
As to me, Cody Ware has been very public about issues he's faced in the past, personally, and like it almost felt like Davison took a dig towards that to me, which I wasn't not.
All right.
Yeah, well, and I did not appreciate that from him. But what's most interesting is obviously their teammates
Yeah.
on an extremely terrible team.
That shouldn't even be on the track.
That should not be on the track whatsoever. And I'm just curious, like, do you guys think anything's going to come out of that?
No, but they need to fix the charge system after this bullshit. I think it was stupid. Literally, it's the dumbest thing ever.
Considering Cody Ware literally brought out
Cody Ware was literally 6 of the however many cautions on Sunday throughout the whole weekend. Like,
you
for
know,
God's sakes.
You know it's bad when Mike Joyce is like, and it's Cody Ware.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Like, it's Cody Ware.
Third time today, boys.
Third time today. Here we go. Ruined the race.
And the back
with
markers.
the way Mike Joy's been this season and talking about
no chill,
daddy's money drivers and stuff, like it's no surprise to see him just be like, "Yep, Cody Ware again." Not shocking.
I mean, he's caused quite a
few. Sick of this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's NASCAR. I mean, the charter system. There's nothing we can do about it. So.
I mean, at some point, I think they're going to say
now,
something.
I'm sure it's going to get changed.
Yeah, it's probably going to wait until later in the season.
Honestly, with the rumors going around and just the ideas being thrown around, I don't think 36 charters is enough.
I agree. I think we're going to have to expand the field.
I genuinely think they need to put the field back to 43 cars, honestly.
Yeah.
There's so much
There's
interest
enough interest
right
in the
now.
sport again now that they need to. I think the field needs to be back at 43.
I mean, we only had 37 cars race this week.
That ain't the point.
The point, I mean, there would be more cars if there was more charters available.
Yeah.
So,
can we actually? I mean, as much as we want to like give crap to Rick Ware, absolute geniuses, because they can make so much more money. They're gonna make so much more money off of people that want those charters they have than they initially had to pay for them.
Yeah, they play the system stupidly good.
Yeah, like it sucks what they did, but absolute genius
it's terrible
on their part.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna make so much money from that when people are like, "Hey, like I want that charter." Like Trackhouse needs a charter. If another team wants to come in, they're gonna need a charter. Obviously, Dale Jr. Yeah, Dale Jr.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll talk about that after the Martinsville recap. But
in my opinion, I think the charter system is kind of crap, and no matter how you do it, I think it's gonna always be kind of shitty, and it should go away. But at the same time, like it's not gonna go away, and it brings the teams too much money because it's like an incentive package full of money. So it's like, why would you not have a charter system like that? So I mean, it's never gonna go away. But
the charter system also helps track sponsors, as dumb as it sounds, because it's basically saying, all right, you're going to come to us because there's a world where one of these teams wouldn't make the race under the old system without a charter, and the sponsor is going to come up, so we're going to be on the race, we're going to be in every race, right? And you're going to be like, well, if this happens, no, we won't, but since we have a charter now, we're always guaranteed to be in the race.
True.
And sponsors like that. So
yeah. I mean, you look at the past. I remember 2015. This is before we had the charter system. Jeff Gordon almost missed I think it was Las Vegas or Atlanta race. Because
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and in my opinion, that's something that should never have to happen for a top team. So like I see that's one of the positives of the charter system. There's a few of them. That's one of them, because you shouldn't be Jeff Gordon, and just because you got crashed out in the Daytona 500 have to worry about missing the next race just because of like an inspection issue.
thing is it should almost be like not a thing that you buy. It should be like top 20 in the points are locked into each race, or top 20 in owner points from last season are locked into the race. Like that's almost how it should be, instead of a if you have the money to buy this, you get to have it thing.
But then you're gonna lose sponsorships. It sounds dumb, but
I
it's
mean,
the
top
truth.
20 doesn't have to be a concrete number, but my point being, it should
The,
almost
the,
be
the fact
you
is,
get it for
but
being
here's the
in.
thing: the argument's always sponsorship.
Got a point.
Well, XD.
Low X.
Yeah,
And hey, you wanna know what's a crazy thing? I remember this because it's this weird. In 2014, Ricky Stenhouse in a Roush Ford didn't make the race.
What kind of Ford?
It
That Talladega, right?
was at Talladega. They didn't
Yeah.
make the race.
I read about that recently. Actually, I remember seeing
It's
that.
weird. It's crazy.
And that's once again like something that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, like
Like-
Roush isn't the greatest team, but like they're not trash.
Yeah.
So
There's
Charter
positives
system
and there's
is,
negatives.
negatives. Everything stems from Rick Ware in the negatives.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, they really just need to make the system honestly to where it can't be played so hard, and then it's not even that big of a deal anymore.
Honestly, they should just take him away from Rick Ware, but they won't have the balls to do that. So
I don't know.
They're exploiting it so hard.
yeah,
But I guess moving back into the race after that incident, when we got back going again on
Sunday.
Sunday, we saw Denny Hamlin take off to a very good start. Denny Hamlin had the best short run
Best-
car there during the
yeah.
daytime, at least. And then Ryan Blaney would run him down in the middle of the run, long run. He was really starting to roll, and it was like the same story.
all the race.
Yeah, the whole race. Hamlin would take off. Blaney would eventually run him down, find a way past, and then drive away.
Yeah.
and
Then stage
that's-
3 happened.
Yeah, then stage 3 happened. So Blaney, he won stage 1 and 2, or did he?
Correct.
Okay. So he got 2 playoff points, and he's already got a win. So I mean, he's racking up some more playoff points already compared to last year. But then, I mean, same situation. Stage 3 so far, it was looking like Blaney was gonna run away with it. That's when really we started crashing and crashing. Like the first half of stage 3 was just caution after
Yeah.
caution after caution. There was a couple
then-
Rick Ware cars.
Yeah. And then I forget exactly when, but this is when the strategy split. This is when Hamlin stays out, and then Blaney pits. And
Yeah, I remember that.
because this is when Blaney's like stuck in the middle of the pack for like the next 200 laps.
And he eventually got towards the front again. He was
Yeah.
like 5th, third or 5th.
Third.
Third.
He was third.
And yeah,
Yeah.
Bubba Wallace led some laps there
No,
during
he was
that.
second. Blaney was
Second?
second. He got the
Okay.
second. Yeah.
Bubba Wallace led a few laps during that whole strategy weird pit call thing.
Yeah.
Cause you stayed out.
And then Suarez was
Bubba
up
haters
there.
fuming.
And then yeah, I mean they had another caution, which might have been a Rick Ware car. There was a lot of back markers causing cautions
Yeah.
in
we
Martinsville.
had- so I'm on racing references, so it makes it easier. So this is what happened at the end of stage 2. 77 spun, 51 spun, Kyle Busch spun, 38 spun.
Back marker. Three of those were back markers.
Yeah. And then Brad and Suarez accident turn 2.
Yeah, Suarez turned the 2 around. He lost the car under him.
Yep. And then there was the 6. Ross Chastain being Ross Chastain, and then the huge one at Martinsville.
So let me talk about that one, okay? When was that?
What one?
The big one.
Lap 387.
Okay, so we were in the final stage.
Yep.
And this was before Blaney choked
Daniel
and stuff.
could have missed it.
So, as a Daniel Suarez, I've already said, Daniel Suarez, Denny Hamlin fan. So, as a Suarez fan, I was very salty with William Byron because Suarez was on older tires at this point. So, Byron, I mean, had to move him. He was in the way. But, of course,
That's
I'm
a short
salty
track
he
race.
did. It is. I mean, it is. But Byron moved him. And Suarez chased it up the track, nearly got in the wall, but lost a bunch of positions. A few laps later, they crashed right in front of him. Big pile up, and he gets taken out in it. And I was very salty because he would not have been there if the 24 didn't plow through him. But at the same time, Byron had to move him, so you see
I
both
mean, yeah, I was
sides of
gonna
it.
say, like, what do you expect the 24 to do? I mean,
Byron had to do it, but Suarez also
gotta
should have been
he's
very
gotta
upset
move him.
about
He's
it.
not getting out of
So
the way, so you gotta move him.
there's both sides to that one. You got to respect both of them. But yeah, I mean, Kyle Busch, Chris Buescher, they came together out of turn 2, and it was chaos after that. Everybody was everywhere.
That's the biggest. Honestly, that's the biggest crash I've ever seen at Martinsville.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest one I've seen.
And took out a lot of people. Brad, DNF,
Bowman.
Suarez,
Bowman, Suarez, Kurt didn't DNF. Eric Jones DNF later because of it.
Benedetto was in it, I think. I can't remember.
Yeah, he got smashed.
Matty
from
D
behind
had
by
a day.
McDowell.
Matty D had
He
a day.
finished
He lost
12th,
his
though.
transponder because of it too.
After that,
I'm just saying, Suarez could have missed the wreck, but he
actually
just
want
drove
to say
himself into it.
as an Eric Jones fan, Ross Chastain is an idiot.
Yeah, okay, so first of all, that big crash.
As a NASCAR fan, Ross Chastain is an idiot.
We got a nice meme of Daniel Suarez, at least from that incident. That was cool. But Ross Chastain, that dude, someone needs to just take him out Matt Kenseth style to get a point across already. This dude's been in a decent car for not even a quarter of the season, and I've seen him make dumber moves than Joey Logano.
I mean, they're pretty much the same.
They are pretty even, but
I mean, Ross Chastain. It's bad when Ross Chastain hits a car, and he hits Brad. He shoves Brad, and then he just.
That was like you taking me out at Martinsville in Nitro.
It was. It literally was. Like he didn't miss. It seemed like it had to be on purpose because you could not miss it that bad, right?
No, I would hope not.
Oh, dude! I
knew it was going to be like this because I saw him in the Xfinity series and I grew a massive dislike towards him, seeing how he raced in Xfinity, and I was like, it's going to carry over, and sure enough, he has carried those same habits over into the Cup Series, and I mean, someone's got to grow tired of it and just take him out.
Someone's gonna dump him.
Blaney did at the road course. I don't know if he did it on purpose, but he just cleaned out the 42. I remember at the road course, but.
I immediately started disliking Chastain as soon as he started gaining popularity.
Darlington Xfinity was it for me.
But my
I don't like you.
But my watermelons.
He's the only driver I'll publicly admit my dislike to on Twitter. But I mean, the moment for me was I wasn't a huge fan of him beforehand, but the moment where I really started going against him was Darlington Xfinity with the incident with Harvick, where
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
It was like Harvick and him. I remember they came together out of turns too. Harvick came up a little bit. The first little moment was a little bit on Harvick. I mean, Chastain pinched him down, which was just hard racing, and Harvick kind of lost it. Put Chastain in the wall. Harvick got some damage out of it, but then they go down the straightaway, and Chastain just deliberately hooks it left and turns Harvick into the wall. And I lost all respect I had for the guy at that point right there.
Yeah.
Another thing that made me really dislike him was basically when he basically cheated the playoff system at Las Vegas when he got the ride with Chip Ganassi and was able to pretty much cheat his way into the next round, going from that crappy.
Yeah, well, that's NASCAR's fault.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I understand that, but it also still just makes me dislike him because it's just like, bruh, what the heck.
All right, well, and I don't see what people like about him so much.
I think his
guy's been way over his head.
I think the likability from him's dropped off a little bit though.
Yeah.
Because people are seeing kind of what he's like. I mean, but
freaking watermelon boy.
Watermelon.
Watermelon.
I guess one thing I want to touch on that we haven't done yet. It was a kind of a heartbreaker. Is Corey LaJoie feels really bad.
He was having a good run.
He was having a great run. He was almost in the top. He was about to pass Kyle Busch. And then pit road happened, and Raider.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I couldn't remember, but now I do. Yeah, his front bumper
Yeah.
got torn off.
Oh, Pit
Yeah.
Road. How
Was
would
it
you
on
know that?
Reddit or was it someone else?
I think it was on Reddit, but it was like a 4 wide thing on pit road. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's unlucky.
Oh yeah, they were 4 wide.
Yeah, and then
It turned
Then
into
I think
another like
yeah.
Blaney about to win again. We thought.
Oh yeah. Well, he had a shot because like I don't think the run was long enough, but
Choke.
hey, Blaney didn't choke this one, but
No,
his
team
choking
did.
habit is spreading through his
Yeah,
team.
it's contagious.
It's contagious. The choking.
I
is
know.
Todd
man.
Gordon is very confused on what the freaking hell did he get put into. Goes from winning championships and winning races with Joey Logano, and then just stuck in neutral with Ryan Blaney.
I don't know. I think that 22 man, Logano's been dropping off the last few years.
Logano's ass.
I think Joey Logano is a top.
I can't fucking stand the guy.
I put
I
Logano
mean, I
top
can't
6.
stand him either.
Yeah, no, I don't like him, but I think he's
If
one of the
it's
best
if it's
drivers.
one free system where you can have the ability to punch somebody in the face just for free, I'm punching that mother effer in the face.
Yeah, a lot of people would like to.
I cannot stand him.
I don't like him very much as like I used to, but I still think he's a very good race car driver.
Oh,
But in my opinion, he's been dropping off quite a bit.
God, it felt so good to say just now.
It's
I mean,
molding.
you compare it to what he put up in 2015, 2016 when 2015 he won I don't know how many races. He went on the stretch of like 3 in a row.
Well, he probably might have won a title if he didn't do a certain thing that season.
Yeah.
But,
You know what?
Man,
What? I'll let you go first.
we've had Logano drop off. We've had Kyle Busch drop off. Now we've had Harvick drop off. Martin Truex needs to hurry up and
Yeah, hurry up.
drop off.
the Truex haters, man, it's ridiculous.
Me and Matt had to talk about that the other day, actually. But I just want
to dislike the guy, but I'm not a fan of his.
I just want to point out real quick.
Personally, he's a cool dude personally, but the on track Truex, I can't stand him.
It's funny to me that a lot of NASCAR fans are like, we need drivers that show passion, and Truex shows some passion, and when he does, people hate it.
Passion fruit from miles away.
But I thought the end of this race was actually really
The
exciting.
whole race in general was the best race this season, in my opinion.
Yes.
I don't think we can argue that.
Yeah, Hamlin had a short run to the end. But it was dark this time at the end of the race, and that kind of changed it up.
I honestly think if Hamlin, I don't know.
I think
Hamlin
if
could
it
have done a lot
was,
of things, but it's like I don't know what he could have done different.
I think if the sun was still up, Hamlin would have won.
Yeah, because when it got dark, the Truex car came alive.
Yeah, and even the
there
9.
was genuinely nothing Hamlin did wrong.
The
there. Truex
9,
was
yeah,
just
the 9
fast.
got better. Fog finally.
I mean, 11 was still good, obviously, but I mean, obviously, just not good enough there at the end when it got dark. And,
Story of Hamlin's season.
Yeah,
I just wish we got rid of Hamlin. That would have been better.
Nah.
No, but like I wish we would have got by him faster because I think if Chase got by him faster, he probably could have had something for Truex.
Well, isn't that what? How many races have we done this year?
8.
Nah.
So is that 7 top 5s, or is that 6?
Yes, that's 7.
And
He's
like,
one more from the record. He's one more from tying the record. I remember him tweeting or doing something on Instagram about it.
that is like insane. Like I've already said a few times, like he doesn't have a win, but I mean, so far, I mean, the best start he's ever had, I think.
He's been Mr. Consistency
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know when I've ever seen that happen in my lifetime.
Well, apparently, I saw on NASCAR today on was it Facebook or Instagram? They posted a thing where apparently the first repeat winner, like to win 2 times in one season, the first one, they always
Makes the
make it to the
Final Four.
championship 4.
Yeah, so Truex to the
Lovely.
Final Four.
See, I'm hopeful that Hamlin goes winless, makes the Final Four, shows up to
Gets the
Phoenix.
top 5 and wins it.
No, just wins the race, 1 win season, and shuts everybody up. Oh, Denny can't win a title. He just chokes it every year, and then he goes winless all year and wins the one that matters the most, and everyone just has to
I want
just.
him to not even.
That'd be
I want him
hilarious.
to not even win that race, but still win the championship. So that way,
That
I
would be
don't
glorious.
have to worry about, he
Matt
didn't win
Crafton.
a race. That's not championship. Shut
Wait,
up.
no. What
Matt
do you think they
Crafton.
would? Do you think everyone would change their opinion all of a sudden because, like, say he goes and gets 25 top 5 somehow, but doesn't win a race, are they still going to be against him winning the championship when
Yes.
he probably
Oh,
would have ran away with
100%.
it
Well,
anyways?
Yeah.
Hey, Gary. They're gonna be against it just for the fact he drives for Joe Gibbs.
Well, you got a point there, but it's like,
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go back to my point. NASCAR fans want drivers that show passion, but NASCAR hates the Gibbs driver.
other than
Or
Christopher
Hendrick, too.
Bell, they probably got. I mean, all 3 of those guys are very passionate.
Some people don't like the Hendrick guys either.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. I don't get why Hendrick is so popular. All their drivers are so boring.
I
He
don't-
absolutely got
Because
a
of
point.
the drivers before.
It's like freaking. If you're a Joe Gibbs fan, you hate Penske. If you're a Penske fan, you hate both Joe Gibbs and Hendrick. If you're a Hendrick fan, you hate Penske.
I
Or
mean,
not Penske, you hate Joe Gibbs, sorry. But if you like, it's basically whoever you root for, you basically have a rival no matter what.
Well, let me ask this. You look at all 4 Hendrick drivers right now, actually, like Karma makes a good point. They have no personality. Very boring.
Bowman,
Bowman does.
Bowman on social media does. I don't know what it is like TV wise, but like some of his Instagram stuff is really funny.
No, Bowman has the most personality out of the
Yeah,
four.
Yeah, but you
I think
compare him to the rest of the grid. I mean, that name wouldn't even pop into my mind.
Chase ain't a social person.
So,
that's the
like,
thing.
is
Chase
that like
No,
a?
I
Is it
think
a?
Bowman- I think Bowman still would because it's
Is
not
it?
like there's really
Not
not
for
a lot of
me.
personality in all of NASCAR, honestly.
Denny
There's only a couple of
Hamlin's my number 1 right now
them.
on
Oh yeah,
social media.
Hamlin's top. Yeah, 100%.
Kyle Busch. I mean, as much
He's
as
Kyle
you
Busch.
want to dislike him, I think his attitude is incredible for the sport. It makes headlines all the time.
Oh
what he
yeah, that's
does.
great. That's why I love
Um,
Kyle. Mad Kyle is best Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking through the list right now. I mean, drivers that pop out of at me with a great personality. Like we always, NASCAR fans always say, like, "Oh, F1 drivers, they're too robotic and
Yeah.
politically correct," but yet they have so much more personality
Yeah,
than the
there's
NASCAR
honestly more
roster.
personality
Alright,
in
you
that
know what?
entire field than there is in NASCAR right now.
Okay, people these days are like, man, Ryan Blaney has a really crazy personality. I'm like, are you joking? Are you joking?
He doesn't have a crazy personality. He just likes to live like lives in the 80s.
Yeah, but like people are like he's like this big personality. I'm like, what are you talking about?
If that's the big personality in NASCAR, that's a problem
But that's how
because
they
he doesn't show
that's how
anything
people
really.
feel. I'm not
Like-
even joking. Like you go on social media, that's what people think of him. Like I'm fine with Blaney. I have no issues.
Yeah,
But,
no,
like,
he's a cool dude.
It's the idea of like what NASCAR fans are saying and what reality actually is. Like okay, I'm just going like through the finishing order. Matty D, he's got a bit of he's got more personality than most.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it. Austin Dillon, he's got personality.
I agree.
Stenhouse, I guess you could say. Bubba,
I put Bubba in the top 5.
I don't know if I put him top 5, but
Hamlin's
he's
number
in the
1 for me.
he's in the upper echelon. Unfortunately, I have to say yes to Ross Chastain.
Yeah, not one I care for though.
Kurt Busch, yeah, the Busch brothers, but like pretty much everyone else, well, Brad and stuff, but like pretty much everyone else is like, who?
Like William Byron.
Eric
He's
Jones.
basically non-existent.
Yeah, that guy. He has nothing. Kyle Larson.
On
Even.
a computer.
Yeah, that's
No,
all he
I
has.
would say Larson.
Larson
little
is
bit.
taking.
He does
He is
more
taking
than-
tips from
than
Denny Hamlin, by the
majority.
way, on his like Instagram post. I see that because they hang out with each other a lot. And now he's starting to try and flex like Hamlin does on his Instagram. Denny Hamlin is the biggest like Instagram flex of the NASCAR roster.
Denny's funny, man.
Twitter is great. Instagram's great.
Yeah, but
Kevin Harvick.
he's got he's a personality, sure. But like the point is, it's just like I said earlier, I don't get why Hendrick's so popular because they're so boring.
But take away Denny Hamlin, and then you get Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo, and they have more personality in those two drivers than like the entire Cup field.
True.
Not
true.
wrong.
It's true. You know, here's the thing. Like, if we had a Kimi Räikkönen in NASCAR, it would be great because Kimi is just—he's so boring. It's good.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he's so boring. It's entertaining.
Yeah, like he's so boring. It is a personality.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be a sad day when Kimi leaves, just because it's it's Kimi, man.
I don't think there'll ever be anyone like him again.
No,
I want to see him
unfortunately.
come to a NASCAR race again one time before he retires.
I would love
He's
Lewis.
actually,
I'd love to see Lewis do a NASCAR race.
Kimi's
I
talked
think
about
Daniel.
interest
I
in
think we can see
NASCAR.
Daniel do one someday.
Yeah, but I guess I want to go quick back to the race, to the finish. I thought the battle between Hamlin and Truex was great.
Kept it clean.
Yeah,
Truex got him eventually. He had to start pushing him up the track a little bit more in the corners to get him.
Yep.
And
I'm
then
not
he got
gonna
him.
lie
and-
though, I was screaming at the TV telling Hamlin to dump him once Truex got by.
I thought he was going to dump Elliott when the 9 got by him there. Because
For old
the
time's
9,
sake.
yeah, well, the 9 used him up just a little bit to get clear, and I was like, oh, Denny's gonna go clean him out in the next corner. It looked like he
there was
took
a
a
couple
shot at him.
times he kind of full sent the 9 there. It looked like he was trying to dump him.
Yeah, he looked a little heated because there was a little bit of contact, but he didn't take him out, thankfully, and Denny still got P3 and Truex won, Elliott second.
Man, imagine if Denny took out
oh,
Truex again, and this time
same
it was
track.
second place instead of the win. Oh man.
My refrigerator would be empty of beers right now if that happened.
Hamlin, by the way, has a 76-point lead after
I was about to
Martinsville.
say that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. He also has led the most laps this season. He's got 3 stage wins, which is tied for the most.
I mean, it's only a matter of time before he wins.
Like guys, I mean, I'd be fine if he wins like 25 stages, no race wins, and then just saves it for Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's insane how good he is right now. I guess
don't even think that Denny's gonna need to rely on playoff points. I mean, I probably just jinx the absolute crap out of him, but
I don't know because you only get what? How many playoff points do you get for like a regular season championship?
15.
15. So that's not a whole lot. Because if he went in there,
hey, no, put it this way: if the playoffs started right now, he would be the playoff leader.
With 18 currently.
Actually, no. Truex would, because I'm sure Truex would actually end up getting more because he's already got 11.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
But the point is, he's still got a pretty hefty amount. Right?
But there's still plenty of time for him to throw it away.
15 is not that good of an amount if you go in with like 3 points. But if you go in with like 20 already and then you add an extra 15, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Like Larson's the second closest, by the way, on top 5 with 4.
It's crazy. Like it's a huge difference. Like at this point in the season, 4 to 7, like that's insane. Like from Hamlin to Larson, like
I mean, 7 top 5s in 8 races. I mean, just insane in general, right? So
yeah, but like I think the more insane thing is the second most top 5s is 4.
Let's see. Elliott has 3.
There's a lot with 3.
Truex 3, Logano 3. Logano's actually having a solid season. P3 in the points.
He has 3 top 5s and he's won twice.
Yeah.
Huh. Basically, he either finishes top or either wins or basically doesn't finish in the top 5. Nice.
Bell has 1. That was Daytona, of course. 4 top 10s, 1 DNF. He's led 46 laps. Kyle Busch, 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s. He's down in 11th currently in the standings. So.
Yeah. He had a rough day.
Yeah, I mean, he is currently 27 points above the cut line. Austin Dillon, Stenhouse, Buescher are, by the way, all in the playoffs right now.
Actually, let's point out real quick that Kyle Busch actually got a top 10 yesterday after all that.
Crashed twice.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, DeBenedetto's only 48 points out of the playoffs right now, so I mean that's.
Bowman's out by 5.
I think it requires getting top 10s to make the playoffs.
Huh?
I mean,
I mean, technically, I mean, you could finish 16th every week, probably
And
make it.
I don't
he
know.
almost
He's
pulled-
had like a really rough season so far, and he's only 48 out, so it may not at this
I
point.
mean, technically, he almost pulled the Martin Truex strategy, but it didn't work out in his favor.
I mean, you honestly like you look at his season so far, and only 48 points out, in my opinion, is pretty good. Even like Bubba
Yeah.
Wallace,
Yeah.
who's thrown away a couple opportunities at decent finishes, he's only 35 out, I think, or 33. Suarez, he's out by 51, so he's got some work. Chastain's out by 60. Lol. Briscoe, on the other hand, and Almirola, they got to already look at. They're in trouble. A couple more weeks, they're gonna guaranteed to have to win.
I mean, I mean, it's the story of the season, honestly, of how bad SHR is.
Yeah, Custer's
Like,
24th, and he's the second best SHR car right now.
Like, besides Harvick, literally carrying the team on its back, probably probably gonna retire by the end of the year because of back damage. But that was joking. But like, literally, SHR is literally Richard Petty tier.
Right now.
I'm honestly genuinely shocked that Harvick is 11th in the playoff standings. I didn't expect that. I thought he was like 14th.
Oh, because he
Eighth-
manages to sneak out top 10s, you don't even know
But
it.
he's 8th overall, so I mean, he's having
Yeah.
a decent season.
Well, for Harvick, that's trash.
Well, yeah, compared to I mean last year, and I mean even years before. But
Yeah.
I mean,
It's bizarre.
I'm not surprised by Custer.
I'm not surprised.
Custer has got currently no top 10s. Neither does Briscoe or
None of them do. Only
yeah.
Harvick. Only Harvick.
I mean,
Almirola's got 3 DNFs. LaJoy's DNF'd 4 times. Rip.
Almirola, give me the Formula.
Next stop, the unemployment line.
Next up, unemployment.
Yeah, he's
Well-
85 below, so he's in trouble. But
Hey, Eric Almirola is the lowest SHR car.
I mean, I hope.
Almirola finally hit triple-digit points, boys. Let's give him more.
I just
Going
hope this
to
is the
what,
season where
9
they
wins?
I just hope they decide to get rid of him after the season.
Eric Jones.
I'm telling you.
Are you sure you want him there?
Honestly, with next gen, I don't even know where you want to be.
Do you want to be there? Do you want to be here? How about there?
I'm telling Matt DiBenedetto's going to SHR.
I honestly, I don't think so. I'm having a hard time thinking where Matty D's going.
I mean, he's outrunning 3/4 of that team.
Maybe he's going to Disney World.
Yeah, I don't know what he does because
Every year we have a moment of like, where's DiBenedetto gonna go? And we are back at that again. Jay, where do you think he's gonna go? You're a DiBenedetto fan.
Retirement.
I mean, my immediate
Retirement.
thought is still the second 23XI team, or I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he goes to SHR as well. But I really, really, really do expect him to go to that second 23XI team.
Yeah, but
That's
they
what
haven't even
I think
officially confirmed that.
that's how they want to, and honestly, it sounds. I would disagree with it just because I don't think he's ready, but I think it's gonna be Harrison's ride. Harrison Burton.
I don't know.
It's not Denny's choice either. I don't think it's Denny's choice. It's gonna be Toyota's choice.
doubt that. I think it fully is Denny's choice.
Well, the head of Toyota has a lot more say than Denny Hamlin now, does he?
Yeah, but the head of Toyota put Bubba Wallace in the car.
I think the 2311 Denny and Michael have a little bit more say than say like Gaunt Brothers or Levine did.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean we don't truly know, obviously, but I feel like they have a little more say.
It also wouldn't surprise me that by the time Harrison is ready, that's when Truex retires. Like Harrison won't come up until Truex retires.
I think Harrison's there next year.
No.
I mean, maybe they put him one more season. I mean, at the same time, I haven't really seen a whole lot from him this year. But
2023. I doubt he comes up next year.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think Truex is gonna retire. Like, why would Truex retire if he's still winning?
No, Truex has got
That's
another
the thing.
2
I don't
seasons
know-
at
I don't
least.
know
I
if he
think.
will after next year. You never know. New
Could be
car
Jimmy
coming in, you
Johnson.
may see next year, and he's like, all right, I'm
That's
retiring.
true. But well, he's already signed it next.
No, I mean like after next year.
I just, and frankly, Matty D needs to run better.
I agree. I don't disagree with that, but I think that I'm still going with a lot of the struggles right now have to do with that team. I, I really do think that team is just ass.
I mean, in my opinion, I think Matty D's overrated too. But
Oh,
Him and Eric Almirola.
I don't know how he can really be overrated when he's not like.
well, when I hear social media like, oh, he's a guaranteed winner, but he still hasn't won a race still. So
I look at like Denny Hamlin as praised the Benedetto a lot in the
I
past,
get
and
it.
He did.
Hamlin like never does that.
No, you look back at that Bristol interview. When
Yeah.
he won
The
that
thing
Bristol
is
race.
De Benedetto too could also be one of those drivers like Truex, where he's just kind of around in the Cup Series for
There
a
could be
while, and
so
then he gets
many
into
drivers
his.
like that.
Yeah, but I mean, like around in the Cup Series for a while, and then he gets into his older years and like a little bit out of his prime, and then he's suddenly like, oh, I can win a championship now.
Yeah, but Truex was winning with shit teams though.
That
Yeah, once per
Truex is
year.
like 1 in a million where that happens, but I'm obviously just speculating as well and kind of hoping that it happens, being a Benedetto fan.
Well, I
but-
mean, heck, I mean, you look at when Michael Waltrip Racing was in their prime. I mean, Boyer took Truex to school in 2012.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
Which
it's
was,
like
I
Truex
mean,
still managed to win in that car that literally didn't do shit all year.
but I think the
that was also a
Benedetto.
different time in the Cup Series though, where
Yeah.
we didn't have the talent that we do now, in my opinion.
I think the Benedetto still deserves a shot on a top team. Like in my opinion,
Yeah,
he hasn't gotten.
one
He
yet. He
hasn't.
also
Yeah.
hasn't gotten the opportunity to beat a team for more than 2 seasons.
That's what like a driver like the Benedetto, Daniel Suarez, even I mean I don't know if Eric Jones maybe, but those are like those drivers that they can't even get like used to anything by the time they're already just
Yeah.
getting shoved out the door. So how can you expect them to
Like we
develop
saw
and
with
perform?
Byron, I mean, he was exceptionally good in the Xfinity Series, and he came up to Cup and he struggled for 2 years, and then all of a sudden now he won last year, and now he's already got to win this
Yeah,
year.
unlike
so,
Joe Gibbs, you know, Hendrick stuck behind their driver and let him develop.
yeah,
And look what that is turning into. Byron right now actually having a very strong run this season.
Man, it's crazy. They changed the crew chief of Byron, and he's
yeah,
running.
yeah,
but
but
I
they
mean,
also gave him his old crew
Man,
chief back.
it's a crazy concept that I can't figure out why a certain team didn't do it.
That's kind of the same thing that I'm seeing with the Benedetto. Like the crew chief for the 21. Oh boy.
I
Like
have no
the
idea who
constant
their crew
struggle
chief
is
is.
always, oh, we made the wrong adjustment this, or we didn't make the right adjustment here, or we didn't make adjustment at all and we should have, and just blah blah blah, excuse after excuse about adjustments. Like, come on, man, learn how to set up a car.
But
We were talking about 2311 possibly expanding and whatnot. Dale Earnhardt
True.
Jr.
oh, well, actually, the thing Adam Stern said, it was possibly even 3 teams.
I did see that they were doing like a $9 to $16 million potential.
Yeah, I'm just like
investment.
3.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a theory of what the 3 is. Because the rumor of Corey LaJoie kind of spoiling the beans of RPM going to Toyota. So currently, RPM literally works on site at RCR. So let's say RPM goes Toyota, they'll move into like the grounds of 23XI to fit that quotation mark 3rd team. But obviously, that's all rumors and stuff.
Right.
Besides the
I mean, I could think of one driver if they move in with the new team, they can put into it. Only if he does good enough, but I highly doubt it. What was the one person we talked about the last episode about where the hell could he possibly be going? We said like Chip
Gregson's not
Ganassi and
going.
all that.
No. They're not gonna put Gregson in over Harrison.
I'm talking about Dale Juniors.
Yeah,
Dale
if Dale
Jr.
Jr. does decide to
Yeah.
start a Cup team, do you think he's putting Gregson in?
Yeah.
That would be probably the most.
Because I mean, I look at the other options at JRM. There's not a single option there to throw on your Cup car.
If
All
that
guys
Cup
too
team's
old.
if that Cup team also happens though, I don't think it'll be anytime soon. So we never know who Junior Motorsports might have then.
I mean, that's true, but like, if I mean, here's the thing. It's a thing I try to work on. Is if you think you want to do something, just do it.
Do it right.
And if Junior's thinking about doing it, he's going to eventually do it. It's always going to be on his mind.
I could tell you the
Oh,
one
I've
person that could
always
definitely go in there.
I've always considered JRM to eventually be going to the Cup Series.
it's
Just
not gonna-
when I never knew.
I
It's
can
not,
tell you who I feel like can definitely go in there if they do it right. But it'll probably be a couple years. I'm telling you, don't sleep on this kid, Sam Mayer.
I thought you were. I figured
Hey
you were
man,
gonna
he's
say that.
moving up to Cup in my career mode. All I'm saying.
This dude,
Watch out.
he's getting his Xfinity start in a couple weeks. at
Didn't he
Pocono.
already win a truck race at Bristol?
He
Yeah.
won in his third start in the trucks.
Yeah. I mean,
But,
Jamie McMurray
Yeah,
won in his
there's
second
one
Cup
thing that-
start. We saw where that went.
There's one thing that we have easily learned, I think, especially over the last 10 years, is you cannot rely on somebody's performance in the lower series
No.
to see how they're going to do in Cup. You can't.
No,
You
but
just can't do it.
The thing is, you gotta see how he does though. But the way he prepares
I'm not
himself
harping
though
on
is
him and
something
saying
different.
he's not going to be good right now. I'm just saying don't rely on too much of what he does in the Xfinity series or Truck series to be like, oh, he's going to be a Cup star. Because I mean, we've said that about 4 or 5 guys now, and only 2 of them have won, and that's Christopher Bell and Byron. Well, Eric Jones too, I guess.
Well, I mean, technically Chase Elliott too. We were like, oh, that's a future star.
Yeah,
and
you're
it took
right,
him
you're
what
right. I
3
honestly
years?
completely
Three-
Kyle
almost 3
Larson.
years.
Kyle Larson took him 3 years. It's like it seems year 3. I don't know what it is about year 3 for these guys, but that's when they make it count. It seems like.
Well, because
Yeah.
you got to give them time to get settled in places, and especially when they're driving a new series. New series, new team, new car, new everything. You know, give them time to settle
Yeah,
in.
the amount
And
of
some of these
times-
teams, Joe Gibbs, don't give them time to do that.
The amount of times that Chase had to deal with the change in the car and shit, it was just annoying. Like they literally had to
Chase
figure out
also
so
just
much
had
stuff.
terrible luck there until he got his.
Well,
first
you
win
gotta
in
think they
Glenwood.
went from the freaking like whatever the hell they call it. I can't remember. It's been a minute. Like when he was in the 24 with the big. What the hell was the car?
Napa. I don't know.
No, when he was driving the 24 before they changed to the Camaro and all that, the smaller body.
Oh, the
Yeah.
SS, yeah.
Yes, thank you. Like first he had like 2 years with that, and then they changed automatically right after that to the freaking Camaro. So like that was another year to prepare, and then right
That
there,
SS was underrated, by the way. I love that car.
that
I
car was
hated that car.
fantastic.
That car was beautiful.
No, well, it sold nothing, so IRL. So
I don't
hated
care,
the way
man.
that car looked, and I hated the way the Fusion looked.
I'd take that. I'd take the SS over Camaro.
Wonder what the Mustang's gonna do
no.
since they're switching the Mustangs to electric.
What? No,
Hey,
they're
hey,
just
hey.
making an electric Mustang.
No, there's another rumor that they're gonna be switching the Mustangs to electric.
Will they implement that in
I
NASCAR?
doubt.
I don't know.
no.
Doubt it. Well, I mean, Toyota put a new Camry in a year ahead. Like they had a 2019 Camry and a 2018.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a body in terms
Yeah,
of
it's a
NASCAR.
bod. I'll never forget that moment when Kurt's like, "No, they just had a 2019 model in a 2018 season."
Yeah, that's a great quote. Yeah. So
Let's see here. What's coming up? Do we have any other NASCAR related stuff to kind of elaborate on?
Richmond this week.
well, I guess with the junior thing. I mean, honestly, it could be next year. It's not,
Do
it's
it.
crazy. It's crazy. It's not. It could be next year.
Come on, Dale, do it. You know you want to.
Like, let's be honest. Were we at this point last year and be like, oh yeah, Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan are definitely going to make a NASCAR team next year?
Bring the 88 back into NASCAR. Let's do it, Dale.
Okay, so let's say JRM comes to the Cup Series next season. Do Benedetto go there? Question mark.
No.
No.
No,
Yeah,
Greg.
no, I don't think so either. But
You can be hope. You can hope all day long, Jay.
no, I don't. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think there's
It's
zero
Noah
chance of that
Gregson.
happening.
Deal with it.
You know,
I don't
they'll
know if it's
build
Noah.
that.
Well, okay, if it's
I'm
next
the-
season, it's definitely Noah. But if it's in a couple years, you never. I don't know.
Gregson's got nowhere to go. So that'd be his only option. I think that's the only thing they would
Yeah.
do is Gregson as well. So
If it's next year, it's 100% Noah. But if it's in a couple years, I genuinely don't know. I mean, maybe Sam Mayer.
You know, I didn't think about it at first too, but like, say like
James
Dale wants to
Mansell.
have somebody that just knows like how to take care of the car and manage it, right? Like he just wants somebody to find out information and like prepare the next guy for next season, right? Like one of those kind of situations. What if he puts Justin Allgaier in the car?
I mean,
Because
if you
Justin
just
Allgaier
want
is a
to, if you
decent
just want to
driver.
I
spend a
know.
year learning, then yeah. But I mean, if you want to have a chance at winning, I mean, that's not your guy.
No, but
Well,
it's
he
like
could
Justin
honestly do a
Allgaier's
thing where
smart.
next season he comes into the Cup Series and instead of being full time, he's part time and he has like Justin and Noah start
Does
the
what
season.
colleague does.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that.
Oh,
that's another team I think we're
Colleague
forgetting
wants to
about
go
too. I
full
think
time.
Colleague will be full time next
Yeah,
season.
Colleague's gonna go full time at some point.
Well, it's
Oh,
like to
man.
me, if you're gonna start a new team next and like a full time team, next year is the year to do it.
Yeah,
Because I mean, if you come in after that, you're already behind.
Yeah, well,
So
no, I think that's why if you're Junior Motorsports, you do a part time season next year to gather information on the car to be ready for a full time season. Just mainly because I mean that team, it's not like that team is brand new. It'd be a brand new Cup team.
no.
but it wouldn't
It's
be a
got to
brand
be
new
full
team
time. It's got to
overall.
be full time.
It has
would
to be
be
full time.
Mm-hmm.
if you want a charter.
yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Dale mentioned the charter like being an
Yeah.
issue.
That's
So,
true.
because I mean, you don't want to spend that money on a cup team to not get a charter because you're running part time and then just miss the races anyways or something. And then I mean, it's just a waste of
That's
money.
true.
So
I guess it would be full time then. But he still may have it split between like all guys.
No, man, no, that doesn't make sense. Sponsors don't like that.
if you're
Like-
colleague, you can get away with it because you got your own team owner sponsoring it.
Yeah, but like a big like you want to be all in, man. Like you're not gonna split this up. Man. You're gonna just go all in with Gregson. It's kind of as simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the most logical option.
Yeah.
It's interesting though because we look at like colleague, a full time car that could be coming, potentially a Dale Jr. car, potentially 2 more 2311 cars in the future. That's 4 new cars right there. And we're already having 37, 38 on a regular basis. But I mean, it's not going to matter because it'll be a Rick Ware car sent home, hopefully, or something.
Yeah. Oh my God, Rick Warekin does. Terrible.
Go to freaking trucks where you belong.
I think they would not even
Their
be.
cup cars are slower than trucks.
Yeah, they'd be in the back of the truck field.
I'm saying
They
they
would.
belong in trucks.
Like remember at Daytona where I said literally 2 of the Rick Ware cars were not even qualified for the truck race.
Oh,
It's odd too. In other series they compete in, they're competitive, but the Cup Series is just like
Because they don't
use
care.
it just for money.
haven't they
so
won in
weird.
the sports car stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what? And then do they show up to NASCAR?
I think the IndyCar team is
IndyCar they
decent
got.
as well.
No, I don't know. I mean, isn't that's the team Grosjean's driving for now? I think.
I have no idea to be honest.
I'm pretty sure Grosjean is driving for Rick Ware.
Oh dear God.
Let me double check on that here, but
Oh, that's
I mean, if you want to drive more shitty equipment, then that would be their case.
yeah, no, yeah, he drives the number 51 for Rick Ware Racing. Or sorry, it's actually I didn't know it was a collaboration team, Dale Coyne Racing with Rick Ware Racing.
Oh, dear
Yeah,
God.
their IndyCar team is not like it's not great, but it's not terrible like their Cup team is.
It's got it's basically Cody
Well, if you're
Ware's
driving
design.
from the worst Formula One team, then now probably the worst IndyCar team.
No, genuinely not the worst IndyCar team.
Isn't?
Close.
I think Grosjean's only doing road racing too.
Yeah, it's true.
Which smart move, if you want to stay alive. Jimmy Johnson, I saw earlier, mention his wife actually gave him the go-ahead to try ovals.
Next year it'll be next year.
Yeah. So, I mean, actually, you know what? We don't have a lot of NASCAR stuff to touch upon now. So, Jimmy Johnson, IndyCar, how do we think he's going to do? I think he's going to, as much as I like Jimmy, I think he's going to get destroyed.
Yeah, I think he's going to struggle.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be like absolutely terrible, but I don't expect him to win.
I think it like midfield at best.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where I
He
expect him.
looked like in testing and stuff. He looked decent, but he's
I did
nowhere
hear
near
he
winning
was.
like people are
I
saying that
did
he
hear
is.
he was off a bit though.
Yeah,
I mean, but
I think
honestly, do
it'll
you
be kind of
expect
like the
anything
sports car
different?
thing at the
So
24-hour Daytona, where he was just kind of meh.
yeah, like I don't think we expect
Yeah.
him to be up there going for a win.
A lot of Jimmy fans are still living in 2008, so
We want it
I
back.
like Jimmy a lot, but he's not one of those drivers that I look at and go, yeah, he can drive anything he wants to. Even in his prime, when he won 5 championships in a row, he's not a guy that I look at and thinking he can drive in sports car and all that
I
kind of
agree.
stuff.
I wish he would have spoke out more in his career like he did in his last year, though. He was a lot
I'm not
more vocal.
not giving up on him.
Yeah,
Give him a
I mean,
chance.
it'd be cool. Like, I can't watch much IndyCar in Canada, but I'll definitely try to keep up with what Jimmy's doing. I mean, there's a lot more stuff that
First
keeps
race this
me.
Sunday.
There's a lot more stuff building my interest now that Hinchcliffe's back full time. Grosjean's there. Johnson's there.
I so hope that Wickens is able to come back. I don't know if
I don't
he
think
is
it's
at this
happening.
point. I don't think it is either, but man, it would. Oh,
I was talking
it'd be so great to
actually
see him come back.
to a coworker about that today because like it's just like his rookie season. I was becoming a really big fan of his, like more than Hinchcliffe at that point.
Yeah, so was
He
I.
was so good. His first race, he led every lap, got taken out by Alex Rossi at the end. I remember that. And
He had a lot of bad luck that season.
He
He
did.
could have won a couple races.
He was running incredible for a rookie. Very good race car driver. He did some DTM stuff where he was pretty successful. And then obviously Pocono changed everything. And
yeah.
I don't know.
Very glad IndyCar is not going to that track anymore.
Yeah, the fact, I mean, just high speed ovals for an IndyCar, I mean, it's just so dangerous. But at the same time, I guess it's extremely spectacular. I remember, what was it, 2015 maybe? I can't remember what year. Remember the Auto Club race they had there?
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, I mean, no one got
2014 or
hurt.
15. Oh,
No one got hurt, so I can gladly say that was one of the coolest motorsport races I've ever witnessed in my life.
no, I think Auto Club was genuinely all right for IndyCar. Like I don't think anything really bad would have happened there, like it did at Pocono. Pocono, just the way it's designed, and the way the IndyCar series like handles that track. It's just
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you look at the Robert Wickens crash, like that. The track's terrible for that type of car because it allowed exactly something like that to happen, where the car was able to just launch right into the fence.
That was also when the IndyCars, like, it was super drafty too.
Yeah,
You know, like it was just like it's that kind of pack racy.
That's exactly
it pretty much was a pack race. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not how it is now, obviously,
No.
because they changed the arrows and stuff.
Texas was pretty wild
Auto
too.
Club race, man, that was insane. Texas has gotten even with the repave at Texas, it's made IndyCar boring. Like
Yeah, but I
It's made
remember
everything in races
remember when
that boring.
Hinchcliffe
Texas used to be a
dominated
really
there a
good
few
race.
years back and then lost it at the very end in a photo finish.
Yeah, Texas used to be a race that I looked forward to as well, and then they repaved it, and it also ruined that race.
Worst track in motorsports, I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it.
I'm kind of sad that IndyCar is getting away from the ovals. There's not many.
How
other
many
ones,
are
I
there now?
think three or
wow.
four.
Personally,
Twice.
There's Indy,
Indy.
Texas, Iowa, and I
No,
think
no
that's about
Iowa.
it.
No Iowa.
They're not doing. Oh my
Gateway.
god.
Gateway.
Gateway
That's
sucks.
dumb, man.
Personally, like
Gateway's not bad for IndyCar.
I want to get more into IndyCar again because like I used to be into it, and then Hinchcliffe fell out and Wickens fell out, and I just gave up. But now I want to get back into it because I mean they do produce some really good racing. But I mean honestly, like if it's all just road courses, my interest definitely goes down. I mean I like road course racing,
Yeah,
but I mean
like
the oval aspect of
IndyCar
it made it even
ovals
more
are just-
spectacular.
They're nuts.
Was there? I couldn't remember. Was there an Indy 500 last year? I legitimately can't remember.
Yes.
It was? Okay.
Kumasano on it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember now.
With a really, really crap finish.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a question.
they've had a
The
history of
absolute BS finish.
stupid finishes at the Indy 500. But what else is coming up? F1 at Imola this weekend.
Time to go to sleep.
Last year,
So Texas,
garbage.
What the heck? Texas for IndyCar has 2 races in a row. They have
Just-
a doubleheader weekend.
Yeah, they're just getting rid of it because they know it's gonna suck.
Ugh.
Have to make
Um,
up for the lost NASCAR race.
yeah. Back to
I said
Imola.
just get rid of it.
Who's winning Imola? Verstappen or Hamilton?
Verstappen.
I think whoever gets the pole on that one.
Yeah,
Verstappen.
honestly, I'll go with Verstappen, but it wouldn't surprise me to see Mercedes still be dominant.
From what I understand and what it seems like, what everyone's saying is that the track's definitely going to suit the Red Bull a lot more.
Oh, and there's Nashville for IndyCar as well. I forgot about that. Oh wait, no, that's a street course race. Never
Yeah,
mind.
but yeah. So, I mean, people are expecting Max to get pulled by even more than 4/10. So
What?
yeah, it's good. They expect the margin to be even better for Max. Like Max should be even better. Red Bull's going to be even better than they were in Bahrain because the track's going to suit their car more. That's apparently what what people think. So
Huh.
Alright, Checo's win.
that would be hype.
That'd be awesome if Perez just comes out of nowhere and just wins.
Shows
But,
that
I
Paul
genuinely
can
think
do
I
shit.
genuinely think he wins that Bahrain race if he doesn't start on the pit road. With how fast he was, came out of nowhere, would not have surprised me at all to see him win that race.
It was.
That dude's nuts and Red Bull equipment.
Perez is so good. Like he'll even admit it to himself. He's not the best qualifier, but his race pace is
Oh,
top.
his
notch.
race pace is nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, ran an incredible comeback.
Yeah.
I
At
think he
Bahrain.
easily wins Azerbaijan. No contest, unless he does something.
I
dumb.
feel like that's going to be the one where Mercedes still has a chance to kind of spice it up.
They may have a chance for second and third, but Checo is just so good at that track.
He does have a
Unless
good
something
history there.
happens,
Well,
unless something happens, I think he runs away with that
it-
race.
It almost seems like the Honda engine's faster than the Mercedes engine now. The
Now
speed
they're
trap.
leaving,
Yeah.
but
Well,
Red Bull
it
can
means
still like
Red-
develop or something
Yeah,
from that
yeah.
one, right?
It basically is gonna be the Red Bull engine.
So they're not in a terrible spot, but
No. Yeah, so I don't I hope Max can get this one. He needs to get this one because you need to win every race because Hamilton's gonna be there all the way.
yeah, Hamilton is so spectacular. Max, I mean, he can't make any mistakes.
Nope.
I mean,
They
he's
were gonna
got
have
a bit of a
very full
buffer.
season of Ver and Bot being in the top, or Ver and Ham being in the top two places pretty much every week.
Yeah.
No more
So-
Ham Verbot. It'll be Verhambot.
Maybe some Perez in there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about Perez. I'm sorry.
Brandon Norris.
Actually, a second
No,
Red Bull.
I think it's a toss up for third. But I think
Norris.
it's going to be a lot of Hamilton and Verstappen switching places for first and second pretty much the whole year.
Yeah,
Brandon Norris.
and well, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll
I mean,
probably have a couple surprise podiums like we did last year. Maybe the surprise winner again,
Lando.
which would be cool.
Brandon Norris.
Lando win. Holy crap!
Hog.
I mean, we'll see. Apparently, Ricardo had damage at Bahrain the entire race. So,
Yeah, the floorboard apparently, right?
yep. So, hey, you know, after the Snorefest of Imola, we only have to wait 2 weeks for the next race.
Yay!
Yeah.
Imagine they just shut you up, Karma, and just say it's like the best race.
It won't be, man. There's no way.
Nope.
No, not gonna
No.
happen now.
Not happening.
Not a chance.
Sorry, phone. I was trying to save you there. Fuck.
We'll be lucky to see 5 passes under green.
Lit.
They don't include pit stops.
Yeah. Or mechanical failures. Or...
Yeah, genuine passes on track. Guarantee we don't see more than 5.
Eddie, are you streaming? Right?
Yes, sir.
Any chance we could get some questions in the chat?
Absolutely not.
No? How many
I don't
watching?
think so.
3.
3.
All right. Anybody in Eddie's chat, drop a
Sweet.
question. Let me even check the podcast questions here.
It's full of F.
It's full of F. Oh, it is full of F. Okay, let me just scroll through. Anyways, come on. There's gotta be something.
Holy F's. What the hell's the F? God damn it, Yusuf's part of him. Yusuf, come on, man.
Yeah, no, there ain't anything.
It's almost like, I don't know.
Alright, well, we can answer answer everyone's question with the F. Yeah, we don't really know, to be honest.
Yeah.
I guess we
Richmond.
don't got questions. Oh
Richmond.
yeah, Richmond. All right, that's how we'll end it. Richmond predictions.
Richmond.
Martin Truex Jr.
Man, that's hard to bet against.
I picked him to win Martinsville. That was my first correct one of the year. What do you guys got?
Well, not to be the same person, I'm just gonna go Hamlin.
That
I'll
would
eventually,
be
if I
awesome.
say Hamlin every week, I'll eventually be right.
Little does he know,
Little does he
Hamlin's
know,
going winless.
he's gonna get 32 top fives and 0 wins.
I'll go with Larson.
Yeah, he's won there before.
I'm gonna make
2017.
I'm gonna make 2 predictions. I'm gonna go with my prediction, Chase Elliott.
XD.
I'm not doing that because of favoritism. I actually think he can because he's finished good twice there now. And surprise, I'm gonna go Austin Dillon.
He's run some decent races there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
just
but
say
decent
Daniel
enough to beat
Suarez.
Truex, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think Truex is gonna win.
I just went with Larson to be different from Truex because I also think that Truex is gonna win.
Truex is a safe bet.
I think it could also be Brad.
Ooh, that's a good one. Dude, I'm almost out of Brad picks for fantasy already.
Oh God, I'm trying to be really careful, man.
I forgot about fucking fantasy.
I got Elliott. I got Elliott down to like 6 now, and we got like 6 road courses to go.
I think
I got
lowest is
Larson.
5 or 7, so
I think I got
I'm
Larson
being really
5
careful
more
about it.
times.
I'm trying to really spread it out because I'm like I don't want to run out of the drivers.
Shit sucks, man.
It's like, hey,
It's
you
hard.
you spread it out though. You might take a hit now, but man, when we get towards the end of that regular season, you should hopefully be just cranking out those points.
Yeah, part of me is like, man, you almost want to tank.
That's kind of what I'm doing right now. I was like, I'm okay.
I got Larson 4 more times. It's not good.
I think I got 7 with Larson still. So
I think I have 5 with Brad. That's the worst spot I'm in.
I think my worst is 6, and that's Elliott.
Yeah. So
My fantasy actually, Martinsville was my best week of fantasy. I was second in my league, so
it was looking good until it wasn't.
I had Suarez as my garage driver, so I didn't really have anything going for me.
Honestly, I might just pick Stenhouse every week because his worst finish of the year is 18 so far.
So yeah, he's a very underrated driver this season. No one's really paying attention to him, but he's having a good season. So
who needs top 10s when your worst finish is 18?
yeah. I guess that might do it for the night.
So
I'm filling out fantasy right now.
Yeah, you go do that. I guess we're at that point now, where we would like to thank everybody for listening or watching and listening on YouTube, Spotify. Last week's podcast did better than the one before that, and I was like, bruh. But if you enjoy, you know what to do. For myself, Matt, Jay, Eddie, once again, thank you all for coming out. And we'll see you guys next week after the Richmond race weekend. We'll have that. We'll have some Formula 1 to talk about at the Imola GP over there in Italy, as well as any other news that comes out, hopefully, between now and then. So, thank you everybody for listening, and have yourselves a great night.